Good evening, and welcome to another riveting episode of Talks Machina. I am your host, Brian Wayne Foster. Glad you could join us. Tonight, we will be discussing episode 80 of Critical Role, Raishan. One for the books, for sure. I'm taking my time because no matter how long I take, these people have to stay frozen in the position they're in. Tonight, we'll be giving out your gift of the week, Fan Art of the Week prizes, answering your questions with our guests, Marisha Ray, Laura Bailey, Taliesin Jaffe, and Travis Willingham. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Hit it, Denise. Oh, boy. Well,
That was a great way to do it.
That was brilliant.
good evening. In true Talks Machina fashion.
I look like the asshole?
Yeah.
In true Talks Machina fashion, Marisha looks like the asshole.
The only one that people
The
saw.
only one on frame.
All
we
of
were all
us,
back here.
everyone else was frozen in place in these poses that they spent 45 minutes
A full
generating.
45. Yeah.
only to realize that they were not in the camera. One of the best jokes we've ever told on the cast of Critical Role. Before we get into, how's everybody doing?
Oh, hey.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Amazing.
good to see you guys.
You as well.
Yeah.
Before we get into talking about Critical Role episode 80, there is an announcement. Do we have any appearances coming up? Is anybody going anywhere? Does anybody have any personal
Starbucks.
announcements?
I don't know.
Starbucks after
Yeah,
this,
no.
or like Wendy's maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Taco Bell.
Don Cuco's?
Jr.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm always down to wake up in an Arby's tomorrow.
Yes.
Don't forget, for those of us watching on Alpha, we'll be taking additional questions from the Alpha forums and chat after the show ends. So get your questions ready and we'll take those later on. No other announcements? Taliesin, you keep looking around like
I keep
you
trying to
need to
think
be
through
somewhere.
my schedule if I have like an announcement. I'm like, I don't know.
How
I
was
leave
the
gas on.
MagFest?
It was good. It was exhausting, but it was great. But a huge turnout. And
Where was it again?
it's like 45 minutes north of DC.
Oh, okay.
In a
Mag.
nice little hotel.
Back down.
But yeah, ever learning with each passing con exactly how we should manage our time.
Oh, yeah.
Now that this show this little crazy phenomenon has happened.
Bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper.
Yeah. So I apologize to anyone who got cut off in the line after that first hour.
Oh, man, I want to know what that story
Oh,
is.
did they cut your signing line off? Or?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I had to cut the signing line after the con was open for 45 minutes.
I just thought of the worst
Ew.
joke in the world.
That feels so crappy every time.
Yeah, I
that
feel
happens.
really bad. Well, and then we wanted to get through the line,
Yeah.
so with where they had capped it,
Yeah.
because it was get through as how many as you can, but we didn't want to be those. It sucks to wait for those people have been waiting for 3 or 4 hours almost at that point.
Yeah,
so we
that
wanted to
sucks.
get through all the way through it. So with them capping the line, we still signed a little over an hour more. We signed for about 3.5 hours. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
joke's for the Twix chat. Did they cut off the line sometime around high noon?
Wow. That was
Yeah,
very clever,
man.
Brian.
Jesus.
Oh
Good
my
job.
God.
Guy can hit
Nobody's
him from
ever
here.
heard that joke before.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I could strike.
That's
I've been
why I
striking
said it was
Rich.
for the Twix chat,
Yeah.
not for Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
That was a tough episode. Episode
Oh
80.
man, yeah.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I know a lot of critters out there can agree with this.
It's just pulling it down.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
adjusting. Yeah, carry on.
We're just
Keep going.
talking.
Keep going. Don't worry about it.
We're having a Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, don't worry
moment.
about it.
Yeah.
Mariah
I'll
Carey.
expose my.
Yeah.
Poor Mariah. It's the same. 2 episodes in a row, you've thrown Mariah Carey under the bus. I'm not saying,
Under the bus? Yes.
I'm not saying she deserves it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No.
Keep going.
Just kidding. Episode 80,
Yeah.
Thursday night. I'm sitting here with @Gil the Vlogsmith, Gil Ramirez. Shout out to Gil. We are looking at each other every 10 minutes going, what the F is happening? I think both of us went through all 5 stages of grief during that episode. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people were tweeting going, Critical Role, I'm going to bill you for my therapy.
Yeah.
How exhausting was that? It must have been a million times more emotional for you guys.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I thought we were
love
going.
tired.
I thought we were going.
I thought
down.
I was feeling bad.
getting rough.
Yeah.
Well,
that was,
was
that was the
definitely a
closest
moment.
we'd ever come
Yeah,
for
there was
sure.
a moment I was like, I don't think we're gonna make it
That
out
was
of
the
this. I don't
worst
think like
we've ever
any
fared.
of us might not make it out of this right now.
I was flashing back to our previous near TPK at the previous game.
yeah,
I'm like,
previous game.
I remember feeling this way. I remember this bad feeling. It didn't end with a lot
Honestly,
of people leaving that
that's
dungeon.
where I thought it was going to be. That I wasn't thinking total wipe, but I was thinking we might leave with half.
Oh god.
But I don't
Who was
know.
gonna get out of that? Like I wasn't
Grog.
gonna get out
I
of
just
that.
kept thinking that if all these squishy motherfuckers die, I'm just gonna walk out and start a new kingdom to myself.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'm
I was still
invincible.
doing okay until I fucking tripped and fell and face planted in lava.
Oh, we're gonna
That
get
was
there.
Marisha,
We're gonna-
I literally woke up the
My
next
favorite.
morning laughing about it.
It was my
I
favorite.
sent
All
a-
of us did.
I sent a
All of
text
us
out
did.
to the group going, can we just all take a moment
Oh, yeah.
for Marisha's
The
face
best.
plant? Because
We're gonna
so
Yeah, it was like
we're
that
gonna-
was perfectly
we're gonna
thing.
talk all about
We
it.
got a whole buffet lined up, don't we?
Yeah, we've got the last 45 minutes of the show will be
oh
about.
good.
Oh, good.
Nick Maguy on Facebook says,
Nick Maguy.
Vox Machina tried to kill 2 ancient dragons in the same battle. I don't have a question, just wanted to point that out. Hashtag asking for a TPK. Bowl full of jelly, Ash. These are the best. Here's the thing, guys. If we laugh at your Twitter name or Reddit or whatever, we're not making fun of you. People on Reddit are like, they're mocking everyone. If your Twitter name is @Arsqueef, that is fucking hilarious, and you deserve to be praised in a public forum.
I'm assuming that's what they were going for, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
come
don't
on.
know how upsetting it was when like Gmail first came out, and you went for that email you wanted,
And it was taken.
gone.
Yeah.
It was just gone.
Arsqueef
Yeah.
took it. Bowl full of jelly says, my butthole is still puckered. How realistically afraid of a TPK were you guys? I definitely didn't stress cry. We were just talking about this. Crit Roll Stats tells us, from a statistical standpoint, this is by far the closest to a TPK we've ever been. 8 unconscious knockouts this episode alone.
Oh,
Vax has been unconscious 9 times. A third of those happened in just this episode.
Wow.
Wow.
Vex, you've been unconscious 10 times, with 3 of those out of 10 happening in this episode alone.
Yeah.
And then one more awesome fact that Crit Roll Stats gave us. The full 15-round, 90-second encounter that started with Thordak and ended with Raishan lasted 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 21 seconds in real life.
Wow. And it only lasted like a minute and a half
90
in like
seconds.
actual.
Yeah, like 3 minutes.
So
2
that
minutes.
brings our death tolls on the
Something
show,
super short.
including pre-stream. Grog 2, Percy 2, Vex 2, Pike 1, Scanlan 1, pre-stream included.
Congrats, Marisha.
Yeah,
Feel
who's
good? Does it feel good?
who's on
know,
tap?
You're
It's
the
you
Mr.
and
Bean
And
of
Vax, yeah.
Those are the only
This
two.
is how life shows balances out, you know? It
You remember
has its-
Flatliners, right? Like maybe
yeah.
we should
Yeah.
just kill you and bring you back so that we're all on the same. So we've all like
Oh my
explained.
god, that would be great.
Can we
Just
do it
dunk
on
you
this
under and
show?
hold you.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we kind of already go through that with the Raven Queen, though, to be fair?
Not as big as we'd like.
Flatliners too.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy the
By way.
ticket, take the ride. Come on.
Well, don't know what those water Shari are going to be about. Still time.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, you could drown.
Don't worry, they're all dead
Yeah.
too. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, this is like, it's like the others or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're the dead people.
We're the dead people. Oh, shit.
Let's go back a few episodes for this question.
What is this music?
I don't know. I love it though.
It's so creepy.
We've achieved
Sounds like
enlightenment.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're walking
I'm
to an elven
clear.
temple.
Yeah.
Five
Keep
lawyers.
going, keep going,
Five
keep
lawyers.
going,
Call
keep
it.
going.
5 lawyers.
I hear Zeno in my head. Going back a few episodes, Michelle Demarais asks, would any of the other Vox Machina members have let Raishan finish whatever ritual she was performing on/with Thordak?
Hell
That
to the
guy
yes. Hell to the yes.
I would've.
I even asked Liam. I was like, "Don't you want to hear what she's here?" He was like, "No, I wanted to hear it."
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% yes. Anybody else?
I would have. Yeah, I
probably
absolutely
would've.
would've.
Really?
Yeah, I probably would have.
Yeah, I know Talison's deep and dark like that.
Well,
but-
also, I was smart enough to know there's just no good way out of this, and until I see any advantage whatsoever, I just was gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta kind of let them roll.
What are you pointing at?
What?
What are you pointing at? What are you doing?
just
Do you need to poop?
point at Denise, letting her know she's doing great. We started on time.
See, I'm
Everything's
also of the
perfect.
opinion that like when Matt writes this crazy stuff, because he's such a fantastic
going
storyteller.
somewhere with it.
Like, yeah, I want to see what he crafted. I want to see the like terrible.
There is a sense, especially being here to watch the show. I've said this before, but the saddest thing in the world is Matt loading the car with all the maps he didn't get to use.
Oh man.
And I often
That's
help
the thing.
him.
There's no way we could ever see any, like all of it at
Yeah,
all.
there's no way.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
I
he-
feel like
he
there
like
was
plans
no
really
good to be
hard.
to come of any of that.
Really?
There was no good. What
No,
do you mean,
it
really?
wouldn't have been good. It
But
would have
aren't you
sucked.
curious though? At least isn't the curiosity enough for you to go?
I'm
We've already put
curious.
ourselves in
I think-
danger.
Sure.
I think we've made it worse because now we have not the slightest clue what was going to. I think we would have had a slight clue what was coming
Yeah.
next, and now we have no clue.
I
what's
would have
coming
liked to
next.
have some sort of.
Yeah.
But she
Some
did
sort
it.
of heads
But we
up.
do
She
have
did
a
it anyway,
we do have a
right?
mild
Yeah, I
clue.
think
She took the body and ran. She did
yeah.
it.
She did what she was gonna do.
I think she's gonna like try to reincarnate herself into Thordak
That's
or.
definitely a
Yeah.
So we get to see it anyway. 'cause it
And we know
happened.
she wanted
I
to
mean,
speak with Dead. We recognize the spell. We can
Yeah.
still kind of piece
But I
together
didn't
what
think
she
it was
was
Speak
gonna
with Dead.
do.
Was it
Yeah.
really Speak with Dead?
It
It
probably
looked like
was.
Speak with Dead, but it could have been something similar.
I think he said
Right?
it was something. Matt
said we
it's something-
recognized
Yeah.
it,
he
that
said
Pike
that
has
it's
done it before.
Yeah, he said
Oh,
that
he
it's
did?
Yeah,
Speak
he-
with Dead
Oh, okay.
adjacent is what Matt
yeah,
told me.
adjacent.
Speak with Dead
He didn't
adjacent.
say it was Speak with Dead.
But it's a scroll.
So.
That could be the adjacent part.
We don't know. It could have been. It could have
Wait
been
a
Why did
minute.
I go there?
Do you think she has more surprises?
Yes.
I'm
Right, Sean?
an idiot.
Yeah, she definitely has way more
Yeah,
surprises.
definitely way more.
that was the best.
Which leads us to
Yes.
yeah,
Literally what he just said.
Yeah.
which leads us to an interesting question.
Okay.
Alan Devich asks. I mean, they're gonna loot it though, right?
Like the freaking lair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You know
Why-
how much-
Yes.
He
Who-
had
who are
piles.
we?
He had piles of gold.
Don't
on
you know
that.
who we are?
Don't you know?
Here's what I
Yeah,
heard.
needs.
Here's what I heard after the show Thursday night. We walked out of the soundstage. Laura says, "I'm looting the shit out of that place." Travis says, "We have enough money. We are rich." Laura
We are
goes,
loaded.
"It doesn't matter."
We are loaded. I mean, we
No,
are.
we have a lot. We have a lot of gold.
But we could always have
The
more.
exact amounts, though, nobody is aware of except for Bex.
Yeah.
We want like a Fable level of money. Like we're gonna buy the town level of
Yeah,
money.
that's what I want.
Like-
I want to be able to just like say, oh yeah, we'll just buy that flying carpet. Oh yeah, we'll also buy new armor for everybody made out of dragon scales. No big deal, whatever, and it's all enchanted.
You have
plus
an
20.
empty lot that you can build something on right now. You literally
Exactly.
own an empty
Well, we
lot.
come to
That's
the-
why I need money.
We come to the problem before. This isn't the first time where we've had unrestricted access to gold and platinum. Like we
But
can
where do
only
we put
carry
it?
so much.
I know.
Right.
We have
the
a
weight is a
treasury.
problem. Yeah, but how do we get
How
it
do
there?
we get it to Whitestone though?
We go get another Dork the Ox and just fill him up.
Dork the Ox, which by the way is on this set.
Yeah, where is Dork?
he's
Oh, up
he's
there, yeah.
Old
There
Dork
he
the
is.
Ox.
Can you guys
Old
see
Dork the
it?
Ox. No,
He lived in our kitchen for a while.
he's just that frame.
Yeah.
Well,
We should grab.
He's,
Oh,
he-
no,
oh,
there he is.
Yeah, Dork the Ox. He lives. I killed him by putting him in the bag of holding.
Finger.
yes.
That's how we found out you couldn't live in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
That poor bastard. And then we cut him up into little pieces.
Yeah, seriously.
See, that's just what D&D is about, you guys. Just trial and error.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Just one big
killing
experiment.
ox.
It's like life. You just hold up that kitty, going, "I broke it."
No,
I don't know what to do.
Taliesin.
Did you say kitty?
I may have.
Did.
I broke the kitty.
I do.
Hey, we have the metric of
I
I know.
how
we do
many-
have the metric of
how
how
many
many hit
kittens-
points.
how many hit points
it
and
has.
kittens?
True.
Tell
We
us.
measure
4,
things
right?
occasionally. Two of us are occasionally going, "That's like 7
That was
kittens
like
worth of damage."
yeah, that was like that was like a 2 kitten punch.
I can
You know,
see.
kill like
I
2
can see
kittens.
Taliesin going. Please don't let this hinder me cat sitting for you in the future.
Right. I love cats.
Here's both parts of your cat back.
The good news is she looks lovely now. I've done great work.
Oh.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, good, good.
Oh, it just keeps getting
Silver
worse.
sand.
There were, before we get a call from Big Kitten, there were a lot of close calls this week.
Yes.
Amusing Cat wants to know.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
What?
But it's spelled with a K.
What a
Did
segue.
you have a
Okay.
It's a great
I feel
name.
bad
What a
now.
segue.
But
I
it's
feel
spelled
bad.
with a K. It feels like a tie-in, but I'm not that good. Amusing Cat wants to know, who did you guys think you were going to lose for good this fight? I know the twins were unconscious, the gnomes were unconscious.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
yeah.
was 50-50 on you.
I know. I thought me or Scanlan. When
would've-
Scanlan got frozen, because I had forgotten that Pike had that extra spell slot in her necklace.
Yeah.
So I thought we were out of revivify options, and then she went unconscious, and it was like, oh, well, we're all screwed now. Pike, like Scanlan's out. And I thought since he was frozen that it would take something extra than just casting a revivify on him. I thought like we would have to thaw him
Kind
out
of like
or
when
something.
you're petrified, or
Like
yeah,
nuke him for 30 seconds?
Yeah,
or-
something like that.
Give him some, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was
But luckily we
70-30
didn't have
on
to.
him. I thought.
I
that
really
was
thought he was going to go.
Dunsky.
I
Yeah.
thought that was the end of Scanlan.
Yeah, I thought
Can
that
we
was it.
talk about the greatest line delivered on the show ever, though, in my opinion? I died as I lived. Hard. That was, I was crying. I was laughing so hard, and I was very scared. I was scared
Yeah.
and
No,
crying
he broke the tension.
and eating for some reason.
I know, he's so good.
Actually, going back to what you were just saying about playing as Pike, too.
Yeah.
Aki asked, question for Laura, what was Jaegering for Pike during the Revivify spells like?
It was stressful. It was stressful. Well, the whole time it was stressful because, like, all we wanted to do was do what Ashley would want us to do, you know? So thankfully she was texting in after like 10 minutes into the episode. She was like, do this!
Yeah.
So that was going on. But I was, I mean, it was just like a giant clusterfuck. I had just papers everywhere. I didn't know which one was mine and which one was Pike's. So
Yeah.
it was just,
We need to make those "What would Pike do" bracelets
Bracelets.
now more than ever.
right?
And you don't want to
agree.
tell your friend that you killed their D&D character.
No,
when they
like
went home.
that's
Like,
that was my. I was freaking out that Pike was gonna die, and
Speaking of cat
like you
sitting.
can't,
On
you
your
just
watch.
can't.
Yeah.
I think Ashley would have probably called her attorney.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
no, I
would've-
think she would have murdered me.
She would have sued
When
you.
she got
You
home.
did a
personally.
great job. You and Liam both did
No,
a
you guys did
fantastic
great.
job.
There were a lot
That's
of really
tough.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, follow up on that. Amelia, Burke says, we saw that Ashley was messaging Laura at the end. Did what Pike said during Scanlan's Revivify come from Ash or Laura as Pike?
So Scanlan, Ashley went the letter, or he had said the letter. They were texting the letter, and I had never seen the letter because Ashley's the only one that's read it. And so Sam passed over his phone.
Really, it's hanging up on our fridge.
Sam passed over his phone. I'm so pissed that I didn't hijack his Twitter
man.
while that was happening. But he passed over his phone with a letter, and it was all happening so fast, I didn't get to read any of it. And then, like, I was about to just say something because I'm like, okay, the letter, sure. And then Ashley texted, I can't raise Kaylee alone. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to say.
Awesome. That's really
So
cool.
could
I
all see
still
it
had
in the
no
group chat. We
context
could see
what
it
the letter
happening.
was when I
Yeah.
was like, everything you said in the letter was wonderful.
Can I give
what the heck it
you
was.
some advice? Remember how you got up and went to the bathroom this episode?
Yeah.
Take the phone with you next time.
There you go.
But I didn't have his phone yet.
Drop
by
it in
that
the
point.
toilet.
Doesn't matter. He sits really close. You can grab it. Travis,
Yes.
how frustrating was this fight for you? You're melee-based. Raishan's flying around everywhere. I know you ended up administering a lot of potions.
I was like Nurse Grog from World War II, just running around and just
You did. You just
Yeah.
gave
pouring.
potions.
But I mean, I've got a ton of them because I never really take them. So yeah.
Like the medic guy in Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Ooh, except
Totally.
it didn't end well for him.
No, it didn't.
Here's a bad one.
But he was still awesome.
I was like thinking of the guy in South Florida
Here's
going,
a
I got
bad one,
shots, I
what?
got shots. Who wants shots? You want
Yeah.
shots?
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
that?
Jaeger
Hey,
bombs.
shots for you. Hey,
Jaeger
shots
bombs.
for you. We're getting messed up. Let's do it. I don't know why he's in Florida and he sounds like
know.
that. but Hey,
on
baby.
vacation. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Staying on the East Coast.
Pitbull's great. Pitbull's great.
Jealous of it.
Do you want to know what the bad one was?
What?
Florence Nightingale.
Wow.
Follow-up question, Travis.
Good. Yes.
That was sent in by @Glenn. Travis,
Damn it,
follow
Glenn.
up. A lot of people have asked if you're ever going to invest in other forms of weapons for Grog, like some throwing spears or something. Do you think that would be a little
Oh.
less frustrating for you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's important that Grog doesn't like move around too much either because he does. I mean, he deals so much damage. And I've had javelins, and we had the lightning javelin, and it works every once in a while. And I still have like one javelin in the bag of holding that I haven't used. But I feel like it balances them out not to be able to just go like woo, to the other side of the map like right away. It is frustrating, but it also forces you to be creative in your placement because you always hear Taliesin is really smart about going like we're clumping up or we're lining up or whatever, and so
I'm really good about saying it after the fact.
yeah.
I'm really good at pointing it out at the end of the game.
Yeah, so you kind of have to like look at the map. Where's
the internet.
everybody? Where's the empty space? And then my reach is just kind of crap. So I think being limited to that is good. Plus, it also forced me to keep an eye on other characters, which works for the story too. Because Pike was right there, and when she went down, it was the first person. I had to pick between you and Pikey Poo.
Pike, easy choice every time.
Easy choice.
Yeah.
What's
Easy
something
choice.
you really wanted to do this episode that you couldn't?
Make Laura re-roll a character. Yeah.
You did say that. He did say that.
seriously?
I was looking at you. I was like,
went-
I have
you
you.
were like-
I have you in my hands
You
right
said
now.
I have a potion. I was like, you don't have to do it because I understand that it's not probably something that Grog would do, as he probably wouldn't give me. And then you did point out
Listen,
that
the
I
only
showed you my
reason.
tatas.
That's right. You showed me them tatas, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason you got that potion.
That's right.
I admit, you endeared me in my heart.
Grog is
That's
actually
Technically speaking, you still owe her one more potion.
super
to be fair.
duper
Yeah.
in
When
love
I'm
with
down,
that.
or when the chips are down and the dragons are
That's even better.
mighty,
Oh.
I just think about this.
Now I'm even more pleased.
I know we're offending a ton of people, but be mad at Grog,
I'm turned on and I don't know what to do.
not me.
I have to sit here for another hour. Marisha,
Yes. Oh boy.
you're not going to believe this,
This is a great start.
but some people on the internet, anyway, this question comes from Dominique Waller, and I thought Dominique asked this in a really good way. That's why I chose their question over the other people. Some of the other people that had asked it in a little different way. How does Keyleth feel that because of her want for revenge, she almost got all her friends killed?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, it's okay.
That was my week, by the
was it?
way, that question.
They don't know about everybody who died this week. They don't know about.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it
Sure.
wasn't really your fault, I guess. But
It's all a dream.
Thanks, Keyleth.
It's like unicorn
Thanks,
hair,
Keela.
No, thank you,
Allison.
thank you.
It really is.
It was. You are magical.
It's so
How
magic.
did it feel?
I like how
Marisha?
his
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
goes like a dog's tail. It just starts wagging when you touch his hair.
I didn't want to mess it up because it's a pretty mohawk. I don't want
thank
to touch
you.
it.
Man, I am perfectly fine segueing away from that question. Yeah.
Let's do it. No, if you don't want to answer, you can. But I thought this show was great.
Better answer it. I want to hear it.
I want you to be able to.
From a character
I want you to
perspective,
share your side.
it's clear. I mean, and like I know a lot of people, I think, in their own headcanons had a problem with the way that I chose that, but I mean, Keyleth did literally exactly what she said she was going to do in that war room.
You did.
A few weeks earlier. I mean, I've had several conversations with Grog, and I've been thinking about the conversation with Grog too. And Grog told Keyleth, like, when the time is right, and you want to unleash on her face, we'll be right there behind you.
Damn right.
And so in that time, and people got to remember, we're trying to keep in the mind frames of our characters. So in that time, Keyleth runs in, sees dead Thordak, goes, which way did Raishan go? Vax went that way, and I went, cool, thanks, and went. So of course, in hindsight, in retrospect, Keyleth is going to feel massively guilty because it's all of the because Keyleth, because that's her thing, is guilt. That's her tragic flaw. Marisha doesn't feel that guilty. Sorry, guys.
But you said something during the episode too, though. You said, "I'm sorry that you were like my thirst for
rash
vengeance."
decisions kind of let us in here. Conversely, Marisha thinks like Vax made that choice of his own conscious will and volition. Vex made that choice of her own conscious will and volition. We watched Vex kind of struggle there for a second. Like, do I say something? Do I stop the two crazy lovebirds from running off on a
That's true.
revenge feat? And
that did happen.
But the twins have also always been connected at the hip. The twins have never left each other behind. So, I mean, it was Team Half Elves being Team Half Elves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Keyleth is going to feel guilty. Marisha doesn't see it any different than the rest of us running in after Percy.
I was going to say, you're only the third of us to
do that.
to screw
Yeah,
everybody
I mean-
over by running over a personal
Right.
vendetta.
I mean, we ran in right behind Percy blindly with Ripley. We ran in behind Grog and Scanlan
Yep.
blindly with Kevdak.
Hell
We ran
yeah.
in
Yeah.
blindly with Vax when he went down with the Briarwoods. Like,
Damn.
that's what we do.
Yeah, especially for the
Practically our
ones,
calling
for the
card.
ones, for those characters that are like the pinnacle
Yeah, and
point.
like, be honest, like, Raishan is a bitch. It's not like she was gonna be good and she was gonna do something
Yeah, she was never
noble.
gonna redeem
She was gonna
herself.
like murder
Yeah.
a bunch of
Flippin'
people.
name
She's a
was the
terrible person.
disease
The deceiver.
Like,
Yeah, but I still think
Chicken
it's
eaters
possible she
cookies.
could end up opening up like a series of orphanages and taking care of.
probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
Who lives, who dies? Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no,
Taliesin. Or sorry, were you done?
we're good. Whatever.
I'm so sorry.
Orphanages.
I mean, that makes sense, right? I guess.
You didn't see Raishan going into humanitarian work after this?
I don't know. I was just trying to turn it all around.
That's. I think you have a great point. But I think people should still blame you for stuff.
That's fair. I've accepted my place in this universe.
Hashtag thanks, Keela.
Hashtag thanks, Keela.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
aisle 5 on Reddit. Clean up on aisle 5.
Really good.
What a great name. Percy has recently had an unfortunate string of his weapons breaking in really bad moments.
Yeah.
Does this weigh on his conscience, or does he think of it as an acceptable risk?
It's interesting because he doesn't blame himself when they break at all. It's not his fault. That's just bad luck, even though it's entirely his fault. Yeah, he hasn't taken any of that into heart, other than getting really, really frustrated at his tools and feeling like he needs to. He'll probably upgrade something while there's breathing room of any kind. But it's part of the fun of that kind of character class, though, is that everything can go horribly wrong so quickly.
Was it bad news that broke down? Then you had to bust out retort.
Retort broke, and then then bad news came out, which is funny because bad news breaks down much more easily. And
Yeah.
I occasionally have a couple like gun nerds who every now and then like text me to get like a more complete description of these guns, and every now and then they're like, well, I kind of imagine it like this, and I'm like, you've just described a functional tool.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe something to you, and you're going to have to look up some of these words from like really early technology that by its nature kills the person using it 1 out of 9 times.
Yeah.
This is not highly well-made machines. These are terrible.
Those guns took like right turns when they fired.
Yeah.
It's a Looney Tune gun.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh damn!
Every
I'm coming
third
for you.
shot, it just shoots balloons for some
Do you
reason.
know what? Yeah, I was like, it's a breech load wheel block. These things explode. I've made a few gun nerds cry, going, "Who would build that? It's so dumb." Like this asshole. It's really dumb. I know. It's got a 1 in 7 chance of failing every shot.
Wow.
God.
Let's roll those dice.
Yeah.
I want to play that.
They're designed to fail, and so but he definitely is way too egotistical to think that's his fault.
Will you tell us what the upgrades are, or should we wait?
I haven't really figured it out yet. I don't want to get more powerful. I'm not interested in getting more powerful. I just kind of want. It's all about streamlining the notion of the character at this point.
Interesting.
So,
What do you mean by that?
he kind of had he's had several epiphanies over the last few games, and we haven't really had time to stop and think about ourselves. But he's
do what I do. Make time every day
make
to
time
think
every
about
day.
yourself.
He's got a much clearer idea of who he wants to be, and one of those things is he wants to stop relying so much. He wants it, especially in combat and things of that nature. He feels like he's relying on things he can't control, and is very much about the idea of creating bubbles of control. And so a lot of it will be like, oh, look at this weird little magical thing that like does this for me. Well, we can't have that anymore. I don't understand how that works. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of like, if you can't explain to me how it works, I want it gone.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very Batman thing.
Yeah. It's gonna make the next.
He doesn't
few
have a
years
Green
pretty
Lantern ring because
So
he's like, I don't get it.
if we bring the skull back, are you saying you're not open to using it for a second time?
I'm
You
open.
don't
to,
even know where the skull is.
I do. Grog doesn't.
Oh, well, here we
I'm
go.
still so proud of that day.
Son of a bitch.
I'm so proud of that day.
In that
You were
moment,
so
Travis
angry.
didn't see
You
where
were
it went
so
either.
angry.
I know,
fucking
you're like-
totally missed
I
it.
wish-
Just where'd it go?
I wish I had had my
Nothing.
camera on when you found out where the skull actually
Oh,
was.
what a
You're watching your
jackass.
face fall.
What a jackass.
Oh,
We're outside, everybody's like, do you know where it is, right? I'm like, no. Went back and watched it. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Follow the fucking cup, Willingham. Jesus. This is so terrible.
What's weird is there was only one cup. We got to keep going. We got a
Yeah.
lot. We have a lot
Okay.
to cover. We got to keep going.
Okay.
But first, we're gonna give away some free shit. Each week, you critters capture moments from the show, make some hilarious and/or awesome gifts, and we like to feature some of them for our GIF of the week. This week's winner was sent in by Giriaj Mundra. I worked on that for 3 days, aka the Hindu Penguin, on Twitch and Reddit, and it features our favorite set of twins. Let's take a look, Denise.
Oh, that's how the twins.
Busted.
Amazing. That's so great.
Busted.
What? Yes.
That is
brilliant.
amazing.
You can see the moment I realized that people are watching.
You started, wait,
I started to like.
that started as a real pic.
No, I was like this, and then I was like, oh
And
shit.
then a cartoon
We're on the
pic,
internet.
and then a wipe.
Doing the stealth pick.
Yeah.
I stealth pick all the time.
Damn. That's so embarrassing. Just full of embarrassment on that
If you look
episode.
under the driver's seat of Travis's
picking.
car, it's just all boogers right
Yeah,
here.
it is. Yeah.
Did you know it's a fact? The most common item left in cars returned from rental places are boogers.
Straight up.
Does
Check your Enterprise rent a car.
That's
Just
what
run
it
your hand
takes.
under the
That's
seat.
what it takes to make Denise go, ew.
Denise is a strong
I know half the internet is no, so I chew through my thumb nervously, and I'm aware it's
true.
like a thing. It's just this terrible nervous.
Did we get that Twitch chat emote for Denise up yet? Is that in there yet?
Is there?
What?
There's an
Really needs
emoji
to
coming
happen.
to Twitch chat of Denise. Okay, we're gonna get to that.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you for sending that GIF in, Giriraj. For that, I will kill you, Travis. For that, you will be winning this Critical Role hoodie.
Those are rare these
Super
days.
They're so
These are
comfy.
very rare.
You love how we reacted to
By
it,
the
like
way,
it was like.
Should we say
No.
that? It's right. Those are, by the way, those
they're-
are available in
they're
the
back.
store right now.
These are available
There's
in the store right now for
very,
people who
very
aren't
small amount.
Giriraj.
Get that Vanna White. Get your Vanna White on.
I'm working,
Yeah,
Travis.
yeah.
There you go. I'm leaving room for you to dance while I hold this up. Okay.
He just doesn't care. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a gun.
Oh wow. Okay.
They're really comfy hoodies, though.
They are. They're super smushy.
It's one of my favorite hoodies.
Yeah, it's a great hoodie.
Brian, stop rubbing that all over
Sorry,
yourself.
it
You have to
increases
give it
the
to
value
somebody.
by pesos.
Your face oils on it.
It's not face oils, it's makeup.
Does it smell like goldfish?
Thanks. It's gonna smell like what?
Goldfish, don't you? eat a
Oh,
lot
I
of
thought you
goldfish?
said gold shit. I was like, maybe. Thanks to everyone for submitting this week.
Only the finest internet made here.
Yep.
we make the finest.
Top shelf.
Top shelf.
Top.
I had two thoughts. Where are my cards? And something's touching my butt. All right.
The huge. The huge.
Zeno Chaos on Reddit asks, how do you guys feel about Sam not using the flute sooner?
We all survived.
It's. I'm so pleased to have something to yell at him about.
I
I'm
know.
so pleased.
Yeah.
His shit usually goes so well. Like,
Yeah.
literally, shit goes well.
In Overwatch terms, he is the May on our team. He is just there to like he's there when the chips are down, but mostly it's just a problem, and it's great.
I thought we were in a good spot because the Raishan fight had started. He hadn't used the flute. He waited a sweet little while.
Maybe just a little sooner. in that
little
race.
sooner.
Sure would have been great.
It was not overnight delivery. It was 3-day express. That sucker took a while.
Yeah.
Sooner in this battle, or
Yeah.
sooner meaning back into the Thordak battle?
I mean,
No.
Sooner in this battle.
yeah. In retrospect, if he had used it in Thordak, Jamon was like, "Oh, Momo,
Yeah,
we're
they
gonna fight
would've just
Thordak,"
taken
and he
off.
would have
He would've
ghosted.
taken off.
Yeah.
Do you think he was waiting? Do you think
Yes.
Do you think there was a trigger in his mind, someone unconscious, whatever it was, where it's like, I've got to call them at
I
once?
feel like
Yes.
Sam was like, I'm not going to use it. I feel like he would have just not used it.
You think
I
so?
really, really do.
Yeah, I do too.
I think he was
yeah.
saving it for like his Hail Mary, you know,
Yeah.
like
It's like, this
it
is
had
the
to
Hail
go.
Mary.
Yeah, like this is rad, man.
It's interesting sitting next to him because I always get this like interesting mix of understanding like seeing how deeply he understands the game versus how deeply he does not understand the game on any fundamental level.
I'm sure he's watching. by
Oh,
the
I hope
way.
he is, because he'll agree to this. Where he's like, no, I'm just going to save this for an emergency. What's an emergency look like? You're
Yeah.
like, what? It looks
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He's like, that can't be right, and just keeps playing. Like, you're the worst person. Ah!
I literally I wrote that poem because I was like,
It was such a good poem.
It was so good.
Someone asked if you were. We didn't have enough room to put it in the whatever the freaking questions go in. Would you ever play a bard? Someone asked this week because your limericks were so on point.
Oh, hey, thanks. No, well, Sam is just so fast with how fast he like makes up songs. I couldn't do that.
He does them in the car on the way, right?
I think he thinks
Sure.
about him while he's pooping. I think he like fully
Yeah.
plans
On the
out
throne.
songs.
Comes to
Yeah.
position, yeah.
Like
Well,
when
that's
our
the second
president
time I've
tweets.
said pooping. On the third time I've said pooping.
Seriously.
I wrote another poem for him.
Let's hear it.
Scanlon is the only one that I write poems for, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Sorry, carry on.
And I had written 2 that night for him.
Do we need 5 years before you pull it up?
Yeah.
got
Okay, here's
5
my.
years.
Bring it.
Wait, here's my other one. And I wrote this. I had this in my head after we did the fight in the city of Brass. Have you heard tale of Scanlon the ass? His rhyming is endlessly crass. But he doesn't just sing. His blade can deal quite a sting. Just ask that old blowhard in brass.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's really
Good.
that's really good.
Oh my goodness.
Solid.
But I never got to use it because we left the city, and then it was like whatever.
Well,
It'll get-
write more. I think you should implement them onto the show.
I'm
more
just gonna
often.
make a book of Scanlon limericks,
I love it.
just
Gonna
all devoted
multi-class
to
and-
Scanlon.
And Bard now.
Taliesin's thinking it's going to be too mild for my taste.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get that bloody book. I just still, yeah, no, I think he made the right move not calling the dragon
Jamon?
for the first fight. I think.
Let
that
me
was a
ask
good
you guys
call.
this then. Do you wish Jamon Saord, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you wish they would have been able to do more once they did
Yes.
get there?
Yeah.
We didn't know he was going to whiff on that 3, 2, and
That-
1. That was unreal.
that was-
Poor
Yeah.
Jamon.
That's just
Travis
the
had to
dice
come
of-
around the table to verify.
Yeah, I couldn't
Matt's-
believe it. I couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
3, 2, and 1.
That's
Like,
literally, that's literally like a
every
1 in 100.
time.
Like that was sort of.
what
that's
did they
so
have?
ridiculous.
27 points of damage. That was it. 27
think so.
schmeasely
Yeah.
little points of damage.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe that means he feels a little bad and slightly indebted to us for kind of.
Oh, yeah.
so maybe
Jamon?
that's-
Give,
yeah.
give us an IOU
No.
one.
Like maybe
Yeah.
we get like I don't know a nice stained glass window out of it
Sure.
or something.
No
Maybe.
way.
Maybe. I
They're
mean,
gonna
maybe
leave
Scanlon
and
can
head
talk
back
it up.
to the city and just
Jamon
leave
gives
it.
us like a coupon book, like what,
yogurt.
I was thinking more like what couples give when they can't think of things
yeah.
on anniversaries. One free massage, cash
Dragon
this in
massage.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when the guy with an intelligence of 6 can open a gate portal and the giant brass dragon can't, something's gone wrong.
Oh, we'll get there too.
I want a
It's-
rebate.
It's it was
Rebate?
from a game
rebate?
standpoint.
Yeah, I want a rebate.
That's what you get when you purchase something and then you can send in a
Yeah,
barcode
we
to
bought
get,
the flute and it showed
Oh, you
up.
want a rebate?
Just
on
a
the-
rebate, not
a
a full
refund, you mean?
No, not a full refund, just a rebate.
Just a rebate? You just want like $10 off the price of that flute?
You get $100 back,
Yeah.
but you have to
Sure.
mail it in first.
Cancel question about how close is Grog's intelligence to Travis's. Laura. Question for you from Nick Hill D.
Yeah.
Laura.
Yes.
Do you think coming back from death again is going to cause any lasting psychological damage for Vix?
Oh, I think she's gonna have an intelligence around Grogs now.
You think so?
Yeah, like just a little few wires crossed.
Welcome to the jungle.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet, but oh man, shit. I guess that
Do you
would
think
do
she'll be
something
more
to you
afraid?
dying a couple times, huh?
We're gonna
got a little
wake up in the
squirrely.
wreckage of a lot of stuff that's it's gotta you know.
Everything just kind of happened so fast that last episode. By fast, I mean 3 hours of me just laying there unconscious, basically. But yeah,
You did it well. You were
Thanks.
really good at being unconscious.
Taliesin, or sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no.
No, I was just
I laid-
I was just giving a compliment.
Yeah.
How gravely.
Yeah, you're like that girl in the front of the standard, just paid to sleep
yeah.
and sleep in a box.
In the fish
I
tank.
had
Yeah,
friends
in the
who-
fish tank, yeah.
I had friends who did that for a living when they moved out
I
here.
Why
wish
am
I
I
had
not
that gig.
surprised?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows what we're talking
No.
about either. No.
It's fine.
Such a
Denise does.
terrible LA thing.
Catherine Grimes has a question for Taliesin connected to that. How
Oh.
did Percy feel watching Vex die? Luckily, briefly.
Briefly,
But for a second time.
were you crying on the inside, just like sobbing?
he was another. It was. Yeah, I was crying on the inside.
Okay,
He was
deep
checking
the
his
inside.
email.
He was basically having a low-grade panic attack because he was one of those people who understood that there's nothing he can do about the situation. Was watching a situation unfold that he had no control over, and couldn't really be helpful on any level. There was just that's why he was just screaming it like, somebody please fix this.
Yeah.
This needs to be fixed right now. and then immediately started doing what he shouldn't have done. Like immediately just started, instead of shooting the bloody eggs like he should have, freaked out and was just, maybe I can just deal enough damage to knock her down before anything else awful happens. Which was he got very sloppy.
Yeah.
He got very, very sloppy.
No, it wasn't a bad plan
But
though. Like,
It was not the right plan.
trying to get the dragon down.
Easy to
like-
say now, though. Easy to say
No,
now.
like even in the moment, I'm like, do I do the selfish thing or do I do the Percy thing? Would be like, we take 2 losses and we kill those 2 eggs, which are going to be a problem in 10 years.
Right.
And he would have
like
done
the
it.
natural. You ever
And
seen
instead it
the
was
Yes.
just
Yeah.
it was a very.
Oh, are you
selfish
talking
pull.
about the egg she was
I
holding?
did the same
Yeah.
thing as Pike though,
Right.
It
because
was a very selfish pull.
when like people were down, people were injured like gravely, and I was like, Pike would want to damage that fucking dragon.
Yeah.
If she can.
Yeah.
And I busted out a 5th level flame spell instead of healing people. What
Flame strike. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I
it's
felt
tough
shitty
as-
the minute I did it, but then I was like,
No, but you're trying
No,
every
it's-
single thing you can in that moment. I mean, everybody was,
Yeah.
because there was 4 people unconscious at one time. Like, if there were ever a time where you're gonna just try shit to try and save people you care about,
Right.
this was that episode.
No,
I
like,
personally
two
think-
years ago, Percy would have just shot the eggs.
I personally think you've fallen
No, I
in love, which makes you a sap, and it's affecting your performance.
Aww.
Yeah, it's like the natural. Love has made you weak.
I love the natural.
You're so
I can't believe you brought that back.
It was really sweet, and then you went, love made you weak.
She's petting my hand, but she's gonna smack me as soon as we're off.
She understands this as the compliment it is. So. Yeah, no, he's
be a long car ride
it's definitely like he's gonna have to have some re-examinations of his.
Well, I mean,
Ooh,
especially
I
there
like
at the
it.
end,
I
we
like it.
knew she was getting close to the wire.
Yeah,
we knew
he was
she was
like-
getting
Yeah.
down. And like with so many of those, we know once they start getting close, they're going to start looking to run.
Panicking.
Yeah. Denise, let's skip this clip because I want to get a few more questions in. If we show the clip, I feel like we're gonna it takes up like 3 minutes. But I want to we gotta move fast, so I want to get through a few more questions.
we're sorry, we're slow tonight.
No, you guys are great. You guys are great. It's the host. Marisha,
You're right, it is.
you had a great moment
reveries are great.
that will live forever in the Critical Role story.
Is it lava time?
The clip was you falling into the lava.
we just
And the
gift
question that comes with the clip is from @CrimsonFox. Marisha, how did the magma taste? but they say, by the way, you did awesome in the battle against Raishan. How did the magma taste?
So ironic. Tasted of deep irony.
Yeah. Tasted of humility.
Tasted of hubris.
Yeah. But of all the people.
No,
All
man.
the people.
Well, because it was one of those things, and we've talked about it. We were like, the worst way to go would be like unceremoniously tripping in lava or acid, completely unrelated to what's going on, and then it happened.
And you checked off
it
2 of them.
Yeah, and it was and I asked Matt because I was like, I've got a decent athletics, and I'm like 6-foot gap. It's nothing, and I'm pretty athletic. And Matt was like, no, you pretty much only had to roll a 1. And I was like, that's what I thought. Because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have made that choice if I thought it was that massive of a risk.
Sure.
Because it's fucking lava, and you don't fuck around with lava.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, it's like a little creek.
Yeah.
Yep.
What if you
On the
would have
map.
freaking
Amazing.
died?
Amazing.
If you had died in that lava.
When Matt was.
She died doing
I
what she
know,
learned.
and we were like,
Mistake.
wait,
We're
no,
like,
she gets
no,
out, but
come
she gets
on,
out.
man. Well, because it would have been, if I would have gone unconscious.
Yeah.
It would have been like death saving throws
Nobody
would
would
have
have
just
been able to
gone
get you.
immediately. He was like, someone nearby would have had to fish you out within the next round, or else I would have
Oh, man.
immediately lost all of my death saving throws. And then with lava, you're just like incinerated. There's no
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah,
it
you
back
just-
from that.
You go down like a
You
ship.
would've
I
gone,
would
gone.
have
You're gone,
cried.
gone.
I would have
You're gone.
cried
Based
at your
on
funeral.
just a 1.
Yeah. Which was, by the way, why I tried to roll Vax away from the lava. Because I was like, I would rather him try, and I know he's got advantages on death saving throws. I would rather that than Raishan's turn coming up and
boot
him
him in.
and booting him in lava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was why I made that choice.
Yeah, that's
was
good.
to
though.
try and
Yeah.
keep him from being, because once again, had he had fallen in, he was already down 1 death saving throw. He would have immediately lost the other 2 and would have died immediately.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's that anxiety from that fight. I feel it all over
did he
again.
lose
I know, right?
his
So
foot
heavy.
on stream or off stream?
No,
On
I think that was
stream.
on stream. That was when we were still in the Underdark.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
on
Hot lava.
Yeah.
Travis, this is a really great question from that gamer girl.
That gamer girl.
We met her this weekend.
You did?
Yeah.
I was just
wonderful.
talking to her in
Yeah.
the Twitch
That's
chat.
so great.
Yeah.
This is a great question. Travis, as a player, you seem to prefer to act on pure instinct and impulse rather than trying to aim for the ideal action. Is this merely a means of avoiding metagaming and staying in the moment, or a byproduct of Grog's personality?
That is a great question.
Do you want me to repeat it? Did you get all of that?
No, I didn't. No, yeah, I got it.
So many words.
Yeah, I don't ever really. I mean, I think about metagaming a little bit, but and I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. I want to see the story. I want to see the bad things. So, like, choosing the right choice for people that play D&D in order to be successful is not my top priority. In most cases, it's not. And it comes from, like, I mean, I learned D&D from playing with these guys, and I learned mostly from playing with Matt. And you know, the two things I always remember is he was like, you can do whatever you want to do, and he's like, don't play it safe. Safe is boring. And I was like, hell yeah, I love that. So, you know, whether it was, you know, the Fomorian like smashing the cask, and I knew I was screwing over everybody. In those like minutes, I was looking at Matt going like, I mean, I have to, you can't break my cask without me attacking you. And
You
so I
could see
did
it in
it.
Matt's face. He knew.
He was good, yeah. He was
He
goading
wanted
it.
you to do something. He was
And he
like,
offers you an
so
out. He's like,
happy.
you can roll to resist the rage if you want. But I think it's so much better instead of doing like the right, you know, something that you could review later and go like, yes, you made the right choice. I'm not interested in doing that. It's an adventure, you know, like.
Yeah, but Matt also knows your personality and everybody's personality. And if you know Travis in real life, you know that if you tell him that lake is 100% frozen, you can walk on it and nothing will happen to you, Travis will say, fantastic, not interested. If you tell Travis, now there's a 50-50 chance
Oh my God! This
you could
is
fall
so
through that
right.
ice, Travis will be like, I'm going right now.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Why are
And
you
I see,
like that?
but it's a sense of adventure.
Yeah, you
it's
gotta-
a sense of
You got to find out for yourself.
life is
Anytime.
for the living.
If we go to Hibachi Grill,
Every time.
Travis every single time will go
he touches it.
he has
Every
to. Yes,
time,
and he
yeah.
goes, I just have to see how hot it is.
Yeah.
Why? Every time.
I just got to touch it
because
once
he's-
and then it's done. Just one touch. And probably an ice cube to let it go.
Because he's Gilmore's glorious man-child.
But you still won't do hot pepper gaming.
No, I have a fear. I am not.
He has IBS.
Yeah. And that's not actually it. I will literally turn into a 4-year-old.
No,
I
yeah,
don't
he
handle
just-
spot. I
he just
hiccup,
starts
and people are like, "Oh, I hiccup too." No. I hiccup, and I turn into something, not proud.
it's
We're gonna
not
make him
worse.
do it.
It's pretty
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We're gonna make him do it. We have to keep going, guys.
Okay.
Because
Sorry.
Arsqueef is next.
That was a great question.
right.
That gamer girl.
Arsqueef asks, this is a great question. Do you feel like you answered it
Yes.
well enough to do? Okay. Arsqueef asks Laura.
Oh, good. I
You're
have
the
a
lucky one this
Arsqueef
week. Considering Vex has stated that this isn't about vengeance for her anymore,
Yeah.
what are her thoughts on Raishan escaping? Does Vex want to track Raishan down and kill her?
Well, it's not about vengeance at this point. Raishan, I think, is a risk to humanity at this point. And Vex has stated it's not about vengeance, it's about protection. That's what Fenthras means, right? Growth and protection.
Right.
So that's what she's struggling to embody instead of just like going out for revenge. So yeah, I think Vex will very much want to find Raishan and protect everybody that she loves dearly.
Yeah. Hopefully stay on the broom this time.
Build her a helmet.
Why we got to make the broom so scary now?
Because Broomgate is-
I'll put a cowboy star
I mean,
on
I
that
understand
for
it. There's
I
got to
would
be
love
balance.
that.
That's the
All
thing.
right.
Like,
I
if
would
I
love
was
that.
just able
If
to
you
like
had balance, you could stay on the broom. I agree.
Get some fan
Just
art.
a cowboy's helmet.
Fan
Oh my
art on the
God.
broom with a cowboy's helmet.
I will
All right.
forever.
Marisha.
Yes.
Jogirius on Reddit asks,
Yeah.
Marisha, you said that Keyleth was a challenge for yourself, both to try out the druid one last time and in terms of personality style. If challenges teach, what has this challenge taught you? And I don't mean about the salt of the internet. We're all weary enough of that, they say. I'm not. I drink the tears of all
Yeah.
the sad Redditors that don't like my jokes.
I love it.
Those people deserve to be publicly humiliated.
Twitter
Well-
is a salty rim on the margarita of the internet.
Also, to be fair, when it comes to the saltiness of the internet, I've been a personality in gaming for about 8 years now. It's nothing new to me.
Yeah, the water's
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah, water's very warm with the
Your fingers are
urine
pruned.
Yeah.
that from all the pee in the pool.
So if challenges teach, what has this challenge taught you?
Druids are badass, for starters.
Yeah.
Very glad I gave Druids another chance. Two, and I actually talked about this a little bit at the con this weekend. I got a similar question, so I apologize for those who were there and might have seen this. But
Yeah, please turn off immediately.
Keyleth, yeah, it doesn't pertain to you anymore. Keyleth is not necessarily, I mean, she's very different from me in the fact that she always wants to try and find the best solution where no one gets hurt. You know, she always wants to do what's best for the greater good and the greater mankind. You know, there's not like an ounce of Machiavellianism in her at all. And me personally, I don't necessarily work that way.
Right.
There is actually.
I know, it's so true.
Yeah. So I genuinely, you know, I'm 100% honest when I say this. Like, I think embodying Keyleth for as long as I have, and kind of her having to get me in that habit of making that knee-jerk reaction to try and make the best choice, even though, as we've discussed 100 times, there's no right or wrong choice. That she has kind of instilled this newfound empathy in me that I didn't really have. Like, I genuinely think that role-playing Keyleth has made me more empathetic and just more open to outside people, or just in general, and thinking that way first sometimes.
That's a cool byproduct of this thing.
Yeah.
That's a really cool byproduct of this thing.
Yeah.
Should we give away some more free shit?
I love free shit.
Yeah. Can I
In
get
addition to our GIF of the week, no, you cannot have any.
it? Son of a bitch.
In addition to our GIF of the week, you fans send in incredible fan art from moments during Critical Role. We like to reward you for those as well. It's time for our fan art of the week.
Yeah,
This week's winner was sent in by Stephanie Brown at Offbeat Worlds, and it's pretty incredible. Let's take a look.
Nice. Stephanie Brown, very nice.
I approve.
Oh, I love this.
I love it.
Look at the glowing.
All of it. Look at Keyleth.
I know, I'm like
gorgeous.
kind of on fire.
And look
from
at your
down
like
below.
pentagram.
I love that Scanlan's.
to your dress.
I love that the
So
hand is
cool.
flicking the bird.
Yeah.
Giving
all
the
so
bird.
good.
The rage bear is really spectacular too.
Yeah.
That's like an intense rage bear.
Yeah.
I'm a
Holy
fan.
shit.
I love
I'm a big
Fenris
fan.
too, where
Yeah,
it's
look
like
at
the
Fenris.
stag
That's
head.
That's really cool.
So badass.
That's rad, man.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
What?
Everything's fine.
I did not break it.
What
you
did-
break it?
Thank you for submitting, Stephanie. For that, you will be receiving this
Very much
Black
not
Walnut
broken.
Complete Dice Tower System. It's both parts. Travis, there we go.
Mine's down here. Let's
What?
just. No, Brian,
Don't
mine's
cross
better.
the streams.
The idiot broke me.
You will be okay. So it's magnetic and it breaks down, which is why you're having trouble. It's because the whole
I fixed
thing
it.
is-
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Good job, both of you.
Guys,
Aw.
please make sure to check out Wormwood on Twitter,
I'm a 5-year-old.
on their website, on the internet.
Oh, there we are.
Nice
Thank
job.
you, Stephanie, for submitting. Don't forget, guys, to send in your fan art and gifts of the week to toxmachina@gmail.com anytime during or after Critical Role. Let's pump out a few more of these before we have to go.
Pump it.
I don't like that one.
Pump it.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
Rachel Rickson asks, is Percy concerned for the immediate future of Whitestone, or does he think/hope there will be time to prepare?
The immediate safety. I think I will say that Percy thinks that we have time. That was somebody running away to take 6 months to a year to
You
10
think?
years.
Does Percy think that?
Percy, no, I don't know what to think, but Percy at the moment is, well, we're not going to be seeing her anytime soon. And when we do, we are going to be woefully ill-prepared, is his vibe. So, no, it hasn't really, like, he's He's not thinking that way yet. But again, it's only been 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Give him
weird.
some time to really take in everything.
That's so weird.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Travis, let's talk about the Wall of Force. Kima tried to attack it. Jamon tried their Dragon's Breath, nada. There were sort of hints along the way. You kept saying things during the episode. You said, at one point you said something to Taliesin about the eggs, then you asked Matt how many eggs were left. Were you thinking about this plan?
True geniuses don't really think. It just comes to the mind. And for me, the solution was clear, Brian. Clearly, these elemental dragon eggs were the key to the puzzle.
I feel like-
And I just let you shut up. And I just let everyone else try their hand first because I'm not a selfish player. I want to give
I feel
everyone
like
shut your mouth. I then stepped in because I thought it was important that we move forward, and I gently hinted that guts through the portal wall.
Yeah.
I'm amazed you fit that all on your arm like
Yeah.
that. That was nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but can we actually?
Which
can we
all of
Nope.
that is Travis for. In the car ride on the way to the show, Laura told me to try and throw the egg through the force field.
No, that's not what it was.
I saw Pacific Rim.
I was
know.
going to try and ram it with my cloak. That was my theory. Was to jump up and like hit it with the cloak and see if the dispel cloak would actually like
I bet
absorb
that
the
would've
spell.
worked.
Yeah,
No, it wouldn't have worked.
You were
But-
gonna like shoulder check
I was
it.
going to shoulder check it and see if the
into
cloak would eat
submission.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good.
that'd
That would have been
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work.
I would have liked to have watched that fail.
That would have been
Cardamon.
Yeah, another door.
Yeah, that's true.
Cardam One Law on Reddit says, "Does Grog believe he actually destroyed the Wall of Force with the egg?" Grog, does he believe
Probably.
that like when he threw it, he was like,
It couldn't
Kima
withstand the
couldn't do it.
force.
Jamon could.
But wait,
Yeah.
it wasn't really the egg. It was like a dragon
It was the
fetus.
slimy.
I think for me, Grog thinks that because he tried to learn letters, his intelligence is growing at an unprecedented rate, and so his mental prowess just can't be contained by forces both physical or magical. I mean, at some point, I'm
Yeah.
going to take over the world pretty soon.
If it had been less dire, I would have definitely tried to trick you into coding yourself in
Oh
egg
God! I
fluid.
thought we were
I
going to do
smeared
it.
it
I
all
thought that's
over
what we were
me.
going
That's
to
ready for the
do. You
egg
are
fluid.
covered in egg goo.
I smeared it all over me. Yeah,
Get
I
in
hear
the
it's good for
little
your
eggshell
skin.
hot tub.
I got it all over my
yeah,
arm.
yeah.
Cold tub.
Oh,
I
that's right.
remember doing like I got it in my arm just to.
Well, we have to
about it.
wrap up.
No, we don't.
I have so many more great questions.
Are they
but
about how smart I am?
We'll carry some of. No, they're not. No, they're not. We'll carry some of these over. Before we go, I thought this was a really great question that was sent in by Facebook. Not by the company itself, but by Shelby.
Zuckerberg's a fan.
Shelby Fawn Mongan on Facebook asks, for everyone, any tips as actors and professional D&D players, it's weird she says outside of Travis, I suppose, for developing a character and helping it grow? I hear y'all say a lot that your characters do things you wouldn't have. How do you develop characters that feel alive? Just advice for them as a actor and professional D&D player.
I don't think you start your first game having developed a full character in all of its quirks and everything like that, but you just start with a base, and then over time, as you're playing your campaign, your character will grow, and you'll discover things about them that you didn't even realize going into it.
Yeah, your history like dictates the personality that forms.
Yeah.
Whether it was the happy or terrible accidents or like the good choices, it kind of informs who you're becoming naturally.
Yeah, the longer the game goes on, the more fleshed out your character is going to become.
Be willing to suck.
Yeah.
The failing is really fun.
So great.
It
Lean
creates
into it.
really amazing things.
Yeah, nobody likes perfect people. We want flawed, horribly broken.
No, it's
That's what we want.
way more interesting. It's way more fun. It's what creates good character. Like Luke Skywalker is always my favorite because you can watch the first Star Wars movie and he is a useless haircut. He is just sitting there watching, like he doesn't pick up a light. He's just sitting there going, complaining about everything.
Yeah.
Trying to he's like literally at one point like so much internet commentator. I care. Like he
Yeah.
really is like,
right.
Yeah.
and then like
Actually,
yeah. Blast shield, like watching like his ancient grandpa get into a sword fight and being like, whoa, and like, yeah,
yeah.
he's useless.
Haircut.
Can you guys help me with my character. You know, we're starting our game this month.
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth, Will Friedle, Logic, me,
So awesome.
my attorney,
Yeah, good.
my parole officer. But I have a couple of ideas. I'm going down the rabbit hole. Logic and I are trying to
Are you
decide.
the twins? Oh
yeah,
my
I was
gosh.
waiting for it. Yeah.
Not twins.
That's so original.
Not twins, but we're discussing
Besties.
we're discussing some options. But you guys can help.
I mean, we'll help you. I don't know if you want that help.
Are
I was
you
talking to the
wait?
couch.
Are you going to be like Professor Quirrell and Voldemort? Like you're actually the same body, but you've got like two personalities
I'll
on
play
the
that
same
in a
head?
second, and so we do.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
never
thinking
tell
that.
for free.
That's pretty cool if that's what you're thinking about.
If I was,
As long as you're the Voldemort in the back of the head.
if I was, I'm still going to take credit for it. Yeah. That's how this show works. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, everyone. Don't forget to watch Critical Role on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. A lot of people don't know when the show's on, so I mention it every week. On Twitch and Alpha, send in your questions via Twitter, Facebook, and now Reddit. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag AskTalksMachina. Also, don't forget to send in your gifts, fan art to talksmachina@gmail.com for our weekly contests. If you're on Alpha, stick around and we'll be back in just a minute to take some questions from the Alpha chat. If you're not, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode. I would like to thank my guests, Tarvis Swellingrod, Felicia Ray, Taliesin Hefe, and Lauren Bailey. We will see you next week, but until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Bye, guys.
I went to high school.
Good evening.
That's perfect.
And welcome to the same show. It's too fast a turnaround for a Lady Gaga outfit change,
Yeah.
but I think we should attempt one.
Next
at some
time,
point.
just like
rip all
cover
the
ourselves in
clothes.
balloons.
We'll Velcro
and-
something.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, can we invest in some rip away clothes?
Oh, sick.
I'm
bet we
waiting
have
for the
something in the
tabs
prop
of acid that Taliesin gave us before the show to kick in. He said expect about 45 minutes.
Are we at that point?
We're almost there.
It's when the set completes itself that you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I took all the tabs. Was I supposed to hand them out to him?
You're going to get an eighth wall. We're only going to get the fourth back.
Yeah, also you look like my dad out of nowhere.
There's a reason.
Here's some questions from...
Sorry. Carry on.
My mom always loved Lords of the Underworld.
I know.
Here's some questions from the Alpha... Courtney, are these from the Alpha chat or the forums? They're from the chat?
Both?
Both. Okay. Huge thanks to Courtney Kraft.
Thanks, Courtney
for
Kraft.
hooking us
Thanks,
up
Courtney Kraft. Thank you, Courtney Kraft.
and doing
Aw.
such good work. And Mike, our new
Thank you,
socials
Mike.
guy.
Hey,
Thank you, Mike.
Mike.
Gigamancer, wonder what went through Laura's head when she stepped away for a bio break. What were you thinking
pee?
about when you were in the bathroom? That's what bio break means.
I was thinking how bad I had to pee. This is pretty much what was going through my brain then.
Great answer. Let's move.
Yeah. Good.
No, I was just like, I was serious when I said, Matt, don't kill me while I'm gone. That would be great.
That gif that Logan Willis made of you walking out and then Sam saying, "Let's when she comes back, let's be crying," and then I heard that. Oh, I loved it.
Brilliant.
I was at the door already. Yeah.
Did you feel like you had time to strategize anything, or was it just like I want to pee and get back in there
Oh, just
before
pee
it's
and get
crazy?
back in. I mean, like I was running in the hallway to get back inside.
Um,
And then when I got big in, people were upset because Gilmore had just fallen unconscious.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like whenever you go pee during a show, it's kind of like when you go pee at a bar and you're like half drunk and you kind of like teleport to that other dimension a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Does that make
Pop
sense?
out and pop
you kinda,
back in.
yeah, you're like, oh, it's I'm gonna go pee real quick, bro.
Yeah.
So you're like sitting alone on the toilet and you're just like,
Where am I?
it's so white in here all of a sudden. It's so stark.
So much quieter.
So much quieter. My ears are ringing a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. All right. Maybe that's what it feels like. I don't know. Continue.
It's so true. That is so true.
Comment, not a question. The Tiger.
Ow.
The worst thing about the possibilities of last episode was Scanlan could have been haunting people as a spirit. Limericks from the grave.
Oh my God.
That's great.
We wouldn't have had our mansion anymore. That would have been the worst
Yeah,
part about
that would've
Scanlan
sucked.
being dead.
That's not the worst thing about Scanlan.
Burnsy86. Yeah, seriously. We'll have a list next week. Burnsy86 at Laura Bailey. How did it feel when you found out every time you die, the difficulty to resurrect goes up?
Matt just announced that on Twitter
I saw
after the
that,
damn
and then
show.
you and Sam both responded, and we're like, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah, no, that freaking sucks. I had no
He's
idea.
still toying with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Still
I mean, it
working with
makes sense.
Yeah.
Matt always makes death mean more than is in the basic rule book anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that sucks because that means the next time I die, we might not. I mean,
It's very
it's
Miracle
already
Man.
hard to come back when like you have to come up with things and you have all these roles for the ritual and all that stuff anyway. So.
People gotta act like they like you.
I know.
Yeah.
Gotta say powerful things.
Come back, please.
Oh no, don't go.
No, stop, don't. Spanky the Crank.
Best name.
Are they worried that Raishan will gain the knowledge to heal herself and then gain back her epic size? Sick Raishan almost TPK'd them.
Yeah, dude.
That's actually like almost my best case scenario at the moment. I have much bigger nightmares than that one.
Yeah. Where you mean where you think she went?
I don't even like want to
Say it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
I'm with
is
you.
that is too simplistic a plan for such a terrifying
Yeah.
creature.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's doing.
Kinda
I
is
mean,
way
she's
bigger
doing
than
something with
that.
Thordek.
Yeah, she is.
doing
Yeah,
something
she's
with that
definitely
body.
doing something with him.
Yeah.
I think that she's gonna weekend at Bernie's him. And just kind of have him around limp and just kind of like, my
That is
brother
very
will get
sadistic,
you.
to be
Puppet
fair.
him around.
We've had enough of those films.
Yeah, seriously.
We've had enough.
Mankind can only take so many Weekend at
true.
Bernie films before they just end.
Larissa to Taliesin, would you be interested in DMing for a one-shot? And then there's another part of the question, but you can answer that one first.
Yeah, it's something I've actually been thinking about next time that, and I say this hilariously, when Matt takes a vacation,
Yeah,
Whatever that is.
yeah.
whatever that is, or
Y3K.
if we're there's been talk of like vague like giving the boy a break, and I would be really amused to watch these guys play Vampire the Masquerade.
I want to play that so bad.
And so I'm relearning the system right now and figuring out how to teach other people in a really easy way how to like just do the like worst 80s Lost Boys Vampire the Masquerade game would be like
That would be dope.
yeah, just
Can we dress up?
Oh yeah, no, it would totally
shopping.
be. It would totally be a shopping. Yeah, speaking of shopping episodes,
You could just go to an Army Navy like surplus store. You would be.
Oh
set.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
you would just be you'd be a Corey
Bandanas
Feldman.
and
Yeah.
yep. Denim.
Thrift store tour.
We got to keep going.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Our squeef's going to start yelling at us.
Yeah.
To all, what were the members of Vox Machina up to in the time Grayskull Keep was being built? We know Pike sailed the Ozmit Sea and Keyleth visited the Earth Ashari, but what was everyone else up to?
We kind of keep that quiet for reasons.
Yeah.
Good.
There are going to be things that might reveal
Some of that stuff.
some of that stuff down the road.
You may learn one day.
Oh man, Grog was getting crunked up.
He was getting
Just,
drunk.
just drinking
Crunk
and
dancer.
setting up franchises, just
Playing
bothering
beer
his
pong.
mini. Yep.
Yeah.
Going full Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
Asking people what the means. Kui asks
I think
for
you're pronouncing that wrong.
Tahi, Dumb and Dumber. Tahi, the, oh, I get Kui asks, for Marisha, Keyleth's always been afraid that her potentially long lifespan means having to watch everyone she loves die. As of this last fight, Keyleth's now one of only 2 party members in VM that hasn't died at least once. How's she feeling about that?
That's true. I mean,
Guilty. She feels guilty.
yeah. I mean, she probably honestly hasn't put that much thought to the fact of like, I'm the only one who's died, or who hasn't died, because none of us are like. I find it hard to answer the question of like, who do you think is gonna die first? Because, I mean, are you thinking that in your life? Because I'm not.
I am, but
kind of do.
I have money running on a couple of you guys. So.
Well, that's because you're a terrible person.
I am a terrible person. Although I will say I have an image of old Keyleth alone, like once we're all dead, and it's the witch from Willow on the island.
Dope.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah,
Approved.
like I totally imagine.
I get mine down with that.
Yeah, like the crazy old.
Crazy.
Approved.
Yeah,
the,
but like in that kind of kooky,
Yeah.
sad but kooky, fun kind of way.
You know, that wouldn't be the worst ending for Keyleth.
No.
Here's one for the
Be all right.
millennials. I viewed her more as Fran Drescher.
Jeez, only if it's like UHF Fran Drescher. That I'd accept.
Ryan.
I don't know how to pronounce this. DZT, brah. For Travis.
Is it?
Who do you think Grog feels closest to in the party, aside from Pike, because she isn't there most of the time?
Scanlan.
Did it?
And breastises. Scanlan, Vex because of obvious. And I think he is. I think he's curious about Taliesin just because like he sees such a dark side to someone
Yeah,
that
we got
is
a
like
weird thing going on.
Yeah, he's got a dark. I think Grog sees the dark side of Percy, but sees him like putting on a very like regal and other stuff. And I think there are times where I'm like, let the dark side.
That fight's
Let
gonna
it
happen
out.
one day. That fight's absolutely gonna
I
happen
know,
one day.
for
I'm
one
so
reason or
excited.
another. It was such a great moment. I loved it.
I like it was.
We were
it was,
so giddy.
It was done like they said, and cut for break, and we were just.
I know, we really were, yeah.
Petty Artist asks question, what does everyone think Raishan is going to do? What does everyone think Raishan is going to do with the eggs, and what exactly are they?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is
Approved.
That's a Brian joke.
That
right
joke is
there.
approved for this show. Petty Artist, you and I love each other. What do you guys?
Deep down inside, I'm still hoping that my chain lightning maybe
Might
moved
have-
them.
might have
That would
Make
have been great. She
But I
goes to
don't
like
know.
use them and then realizes they're just like hard-boiled
They're
eggs.
just yeah, exactly. In my
Yeah.
head, that's what I see. I'm not hopeful though.
Or because
No,
they're
I'm not either.
elemental, they're even stronger now.
Maybe
Like Thor's lightning or something.
Man,
like Vision
thank
from
you for
Thanks,
bringing.
Sheila.
Thanks, yeah,
Thanks,
thanks for
Sheila.
bringing that reality into existence. Potential timeline.
We come
I
up
think you
against them
created
and they're just
tiny
like
little
lightning
fissures
beams.
all over the shells. And when she goes to use them, they're just gonna like start to ooze out.
Oh,
the
just like
goo.
little like pop marks.
That'd be great.
Or if she's gonna try and use them and it's gonna go wrong and make her like weirdly both more and less powerful. Like some
Oh,
terrible,
both more
yeah.
and less powerful.
You know how it is. You know,
sure.
she'll get new
Yeah.
powers, but like she'll get like
As
a
long as they
thing we have to
bleed,
break,
we can
or
kill 'em.
yeah, we have to like break a special gem or vape a pipe
kinda,
or something. I don't
right,
know.
it gets powerful, but her essence is connected to like a tangible weakness, something like that.
Because there's already break the ball and the
Right,
on the-
right, but
What
handle of the
what
cane.
exactly are they talking about over
Stop
here?
it. Don't.
What exactly? Oh, here's one for Laura. Cthulhu Zuzu. When all the Conclave members have been slain, is Trinket going to get a cool dragon scale armor update?
Duh.
Yeah.
Great. Next question.
One like parts of it in every color of
Yeah.
the conclave.
We're gonna nickname him the Neon Pegasus. It'll be
Oh
great.
my gosh.
Neon
Trinket, did you hear that, buddy? It's gonna be so great.
She's dead and stuffed with cotton.
You're gonna look like Rainbow Bright riding starlight into the. Yeah, it's just gonna be
These are some of these we answered on the show.
the worst spring. Yeah.
What is your character's ideal retirement? Grace Lesiv asks, like, if they had to stop adventuring tomorrow, what do you think they'd be doing?
Oh shit.
Grog would play with blocks for the rest of his life
Yeah,
in a padded
professional
room.
fighter until he was
Oh,
drooling
yeah,
somewhere
you would
from hits to
definitely
the
be.
head. Yeah.
I mean,
I'd probably go join the herd, I think, actually.
You'd join the UFC.
Yeah.
Would you go and join the herd? Oh, I guess you would.
If it was
'cause
all
they
over?
welcome you back
I mean,
in.
I don't know. It depends.
You wouldn't like stay
Yeah.
with Pike?
You know, I think Pike would do something else, you know.
What if you just traveled? What if she became a pirate and you decided to travel with her? And
Like
you
Pike
guys
would
were-
probably want to join the herd too, all right? She's a monster.
She is a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is Brian gonna ever be a guest on Critical Role?
Never.
No.
Keeping
What would
that
you
guy
guys be doing?
Number one,
barred
there's not enough money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, no. If Percy was true to himself, he'd go home and get to work. But I don't think he'd be really that happy about it.
Yeah.
But what would really make him happy, although I don't think he's really thought about it, it was like going full like natural, like Master and Commander. Have you've seen like the read the
Oh,
books
yeah.
of like just like find an island and start drawing weird animals for the rest of his life, just like far away. It's like done. Yeah, just done.
Yeah, just relax. What about you?
I mean, Keyleth is still very keen right now on her duties from her tribe.
Yeah.
So, once again, it's hard because I don't want to say too much because
Yeah.
it's what she's. But I'm kind of also waiting to see where the path is going to take me. But she's still very committed to becoming some sort of leader or ambassador for the Ashari at some point because she still feels very much like the duty that was given to her, she has to uphold.
Duty.
For,
Here's what I love, though.
that's like the fifth time you've said poop in a way.
Yeah, no.
In a way.
We're counting.
Yeah.
Here's what I love, though. Keyleth's incredible backstory, right? The Aramente, You've got all the different stuff, the lore. Keyleth has like this crazy story. If you would have died in the lava.
Oh,
Just so
dude,
sad.
I've thought about it.
It was.
But the irony of just such a shitty death.
Such a shitty death.
Like I said earlier,
You can't get much
she
shittier.
died doing what she loved, a mistake.
I mean, there was a straight up 50% of me that was like, please be the one. Please be the moment.
Oh, wow.
It is so unreal.
No, I would have been furious.
Like, had I died,
That would have been
like,
the worst death.
we would all been, we're all, I think deep down inside, we've all got that, like, gladiator, we just
Yeah.
want a soldier's death. You know, give us an honorable death.
Yeah.
That is not an honorable death.
How'd
I
you
would
break
be
your leg?
furious.
In Target? Like,
Yeah.
it's like the worst story. Yeah.
No, I would have been really pissed off, like legitimately bitter about that for a long time. If I
It's
died
kind of
that
like
way.
that's kind of like Gandhi choking on a lifesaver at the
Yeah.
end of his life.
That's awful. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on. We got some great ones. To go back to the thing, the Rakshasa asked this question, obviously, about me being on Critical Role. People ask me this all the time. Here's the deal. I think the host of the after show going on the show is pretty lame. He's like Chris Hardwick is just like a character on Walking Dead now. I have to pay him. Every time we mention him on the show, I have to pay him
Oh,
$1,000.
that's good. 1,000.
However, if Matt was like,
You use
hey,
it just to buy quail eggs.
come do something, if Matt asked me to come do something, I might do something. But
What if he came and asked you to die?
I would do it in a second.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, my dad asked me to do the same thing the second I was brought into the world.
Oh, Jesus.
A disappointment from the very beginning. Well done.
So good.
How happy
What a
your
1
face
to a
lights
10.
up
That was
after
a
you
10.
say
That was
comments
so
like
great. And it was so fast. I love it. I know. I have to slow too.
Dark
I have
joke.
to
It's the
slow it.
slowest clap on
Oh,
earth. It's
God.
going to be one clap a
Thank
year.
you.
That's all yours
Travis.
for the rest of my life.
Drover15 asks, if Grog were to find out he has a child, similar to how Scanlan did, how would Grog react? Does he value blood family over chosen family? Sub-question, whom would you like the mother to be?
Well, Drover 15, I have no idea. The list of potential candidates for said Grog child would be so long. I mean, he's also one of those guys that he might go back to a town and see a face that he's supposed to know and not remember at all. Damn.
I have no
Oh my
recollection
God,
of your
probably
face.
little grog babies.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's setting up franchises, man. He's setting his own herd up. No, I don't know.
Franchises. He keeps calling it franchises.
I think he would be a terrible. I feel like he would be a terrible father, but only because he doesn't know it. Like he doesn't know that he would be probably a very
Grog would be
protective
just a great
father.
dad.
Why stop touching my?
You're gonna
He'd
mess
be
up
such
his
a
notes.
good dad. He would be like a little training dad.
I think Grog would be like
It'd
Boy
be
Named
like-
Sue kind
Yeah,
of
until
dad.
the kid needs help with their
what was
homework.
what was that movie with Dakota Fanning when she was a little kid and it had Sean Penn and
I am Sam.
I am Sam.
Call me.
Too rich for my blood. I will see you guys.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Oh man.
Man,
is
it
there
is-
Reddit on this iPad?
It is a few miles
Can
to our
I-
house from the studio. I
can I
hope it
pull
doesn't
up-
rain tonight because somebody are walking.
I've got so much to say when the cameras go off.
For the evening, man. There's just
Holy smokes.
Besides, here's a question for
I
everyone.
just got dunked on. That was amazing. I have nothing to retort with.
I want to see the memes. I want to see the fan art. What was everyone's, Kaylin Night Eyes, question for all. Besides Keyleth's lava face plant, what was your favorite part of Thursday's episode?
Hard to top the faceplate. Hard to
fair.
top.
It really is.
Mine was Sam's hard comment. I lived
Yes.
it. I lived as I
that was pretty good.
That was
I gotta say, him actually going unconscious. I don't know why I celebrate people going unconscious, but I'm like, yay! Join the. I know that's a bad thing, but it's like.
But you want them to know how it feels.
Yeah, it's like putting a new spice in a recipe. It just makes it more exciting.
Oh, we have spice.
Do you spice?
Yes,
we spice?
there is spice.
We do.
I mean, there was a lot to like. There was a really, it was fun to watch everyone just combat that hard, especially that it reminded me of the good old days when we couldn't do anything because we couldn't do anything, not because we were exhausted.
Right,
which was really
right.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all in all, things worked out as well as they were going to. So I was actually pretty impressed with everybody that we got out of that.
Yeah. I liked
Kind of
hitting
unscathed.
How are we still alive?
Yeah, we
Like,
are gently
seriously.
scathed.
Teamwork.
teamwork.
That's
Yeah,
how
I mean,
you're
it was
still alive.
like it was a new
Good teamwork.
low level, and that is always great because you're
Yeah.
like, wow, I didn't know we could get this low, and we're not doing so bad, and we pulled out of it. So like that's pretty great, you know.
Yeah.
No, it was. It's. I love that there's still stuff unresolved. That's
Yeah.
great.
Actually, it is really good that Sam called in Jamon Ord when he did, because like Matt as Raishan probably would have just killed us.
Yeah.
But because Jamon Ord was there,
he ran.
yeah, it was like, oh, there's this new dragon here
He did
that's at
say
full
that.
health.
He did say
So I'm gonna get out of here. Because if like Raishan just would have kept killing us slowly.
Yeah.
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 And relished it.
She was on a death mission.
All right, last question because we got to wrap up here.
Okie dokie.
Question for all. If you played an evil campaign as some super overlord, what would you want to be? Oh, crap. I'm so sorry. That comes
campaign?
from
Brian W.
Cardinal Inc.
Cardinal Inc.
Comes from @real Donald Trump.
What, like you?
I played the best villain.
The best.
I would be something unsuspecting.
Like what? Like your villain in our Western game?
The one shot?
Yeah.
Was that the Deadwood themed one? Yeah.
That was awesome.
Obvious
was
is
really
obvious
good.
is
Yeah, that was
boring.
great.
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved that because you didn't have the smoke monster like when we were pre-stream, right?
I technically did.
Right, but we didn't know, which
we
I
didn't
love.
know, and I
right?
didn't entirely like. Yeah, that was all very like.
Something that's not obvious that
Yeah.
reveals itself later. I always find that more interesting. So
But
I
if
think
you're playing an evil campaign,
I would play Laura Bailey
Ta!
because ain't nothing more evil than that.
that's right.
Dang. Oh boy.
I,
Do your work, Mobius.
Oh, geez, no.
Yes, Mobius.
It's fine. He
I'll
probably
give
doesn't
you
have
all the
alpha
money and
anyway.
candy and cookies.
I didn't know you guys were filming that.
yeah.
You didn't know we filmed this whole show?
Well, no, but sometimes the camera angles change and it's only on like.
Not
Your
that
hair
fast.
is
on you
when that
or-
happens.
Shut up.
Overlords. Overlords.
I love villains. Like even just as an actor, villains are the most fun.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they're the
like
best.
anytime that you get to be corrupt and terrible, it's kind
Especially
of.
well-written villains.
Well, yeah.
That's kind of the distinction. I like anti-heroes. I like those people who kind of walk the line.
Oh, like Deadshot?
Like,
Did you see Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah, I
You
did.
know how he's a super bad villain?
Oh yeah, no, not like Will Smith trying to Messiah
be a
complex
villain.
all of his
Yeah.
roles.
like Raistlin in the Dragonlance books.
Yeah,
That's for you, Liam.
Yeah, or like I love, I love the Punisher. I love Poison Ivy. I love those
Yes.
kind of people who walk the line
Lamb.
between.
I love,
love Lamb.
I love Lamb.
I love Lamb.
Yeah,
Do you really?
who just kind of walk the line between their selfish intentions, but not necessarily the most evil ones.
I like low power evil characters a lot more. The fun of evil is not having too much power because then it's just you're just having like a Caligula LARP at
Yeah.
that point. Like it's much more fun to be raging against a world that is out to keep you from you destroying it than I don't want a secret empire. I want to be like at the ground, like slowly building. That would be a fun game. Is actually like building like,
your
a
evil
criminal empire. And
That's
like,
kind of awesome, yeah.
like I like the Hood. I do like if you have to be a little deep into Marvel, but like I love the Hood. The Hood is just
Yeah.
such an interesting. I love Doctor Doom.
I love
Yeah,
Moon Knight.
Dr.
Oh,
Doom.
God, Moon Knight.
I love Moon Knight.
We got caught up on the infamous Iron Man.
Oh my God, it's so
Dr.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk about
Dr.
that later.
Doom is Iron Man.
It's so
crazy.
good.
Yeah, but it's
Were you-
really good.
Were you giggling because he said Cthulhu LARP or whatever?
No, I I know what you're. I know why you're
Cthulhu
giggling.
LARP.
We'll talk about that later.
Dark Lith 1. We're gonna do one more question because that guy just came over and told me we could. Dark Lith 1 says, once this arc is finished, what loose ends would they like to look into before the next arc?
Ooh.
I got to get to the water, Ashari. That's
Yeah.
pretty apparent.
Anybody have back taxes?
I gotta go talk to
wow, I
our
felt
dad. I was really, really, really fucking bummed that he didn't show up because I really wanted to be able to talk to him before we went into the fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know
at
who
some
else's
point-
dad? Never mind.
Yeah, there you go. I would
I'm
like
right
to have
here.
one more run-in with the werewolves. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Oh, we
put
gotta
it
get
in.
that. We gotta get that hand.
That hand?
We got to send that hand back to for we
Oh God, thank you. Because
Wow.
I
I
would have forgotten
completely
that.
forgot
Yeah.
about
That's on the
that.
checklist.
We also we have a Rakshasa we're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
as
yeah. That's
Hodis.
Otis.
Yeah.
The HOTUS with them.
We've got
yeah, come
stuff.
That one
I
fell
got
apart.
that. I gotta go home and deal with my sister. And we all got stuff.
Yeah.
And the Archfey. I want to find him
Oh
again.
yeah.
He was cool.
So basically everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
I've also got to cut down the sun
Man,
tree.
you're so good at wrap ups, Ryan.
We're gonna cut down the sun tree and put up.
Shut your dirty mouth.
I'm gonna actually turn it
No.
into a gazebo.
No,
We're
you are
use
not
the
going to
wood.
parking lot this situation.
No, I'm not.
Where'd you get the jacket?
This jacket? This jacket comes from a store which no longer exists called Retail Slut, which was that. Yeah, you heard it back there.
An
It was like-
audible
that was a
groan
perfect
from a
sound.
fellow
It was-
retail slut fan.
It was the place to get.
Disenfranchised since they're
perfect
closing.
sound
It
for
was.
He
the-
now wanders
It was
the
the
soundstage.
best clothing store in LA for years, and you got all your cool. That was like the goth store in LA, and like this was.
Now
like,
your apartment is.
Yeah, it's now. Like famously, they like we're closing up shop, we're moving away. You can all go suck it, and they were just gone. It was
I
like,
love it.
what an exit. We'll miss you. Oh.
I
Yeah.
bet we could find him around Burning Man.
I'm trying to remember the name of the woman who ran it. It was a great little shop though. It was famously like all the musicians would go there, and it was nuts.
I used to like the Clockwork Couture place, but that
Now they're a tea shop.
Now
You
they're
guys
a
ever
tea
been
shop.
to that little boutique called The Gap?
Well, folks, this alpha extended thing obviously turned out to be a bad idea. We'd like to apologize.
I actually burst into flames if I entered that store. You are aware. It was just-
That's all the time we have, guys. Thank you for joining us. Next week, make sure to stick around after the show. Send in your questions. Courtney will collate them and give them to us for our guests. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you Thursday night for Critical Role at 7 p.m. on Twitch and Alpha. Thank you guys for coming.
Oh my gosh, thank you for
Thank you,
having us.
Foster. Oh my God,
it was
Yes.
so nice
having you
It's been so
Yeah.
Such a pleasure.
Let's go watch The Bachelor on my DVR.
Oh my God.
I got 2 hours to kill.
Good night, guys. Good night.